Hey guys, it's me Neon, and today I'm just making another video on r/entitled parents because I really just like it. It's just funny to look at, and it's just overall a really interesting thing to look at. Overall, it's just crazy some of the stories on here. But yeah, I do hope you guys like it. If you do, just please like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And yeah, let's just keep going. Okay, my mom thinks that she's getting my non-existent baby. So just to preface, I just bought a new house and recently set up an Amazon list for things I'd like. One of them was a baby bottle dryer that I was planning on using for reusable bags. I do not have a baby, I am not pregnant, and not planning on having a baby anytime soon. I hate kids, it was just cheaper than other dryers I was seeing. This led to confusion from my distant family. They worried they worried my fiance and I were pregnant. They know we don't want kids. It was cleared up quickly. Yesterday, we met to eat with some family that came to visit out of the state. The topic of the baby rag came up, and we all laughed at the confusion. Somewhere in there, my mother announced that if my fiance and I ever got pregnant, she'd get a new baby, as in the baby would be hers. We never talked to her about this, agreed that this was a thing, or even confirmed this. This is not the first time she's mentioned it. She has also stated I would unalive myself if I found out I was pregnant, which isn't true. About a year ago, she did try for a baby, but was unsuccessful. She she was actually fixed shortly after due to a medical issue. I know she still wants a baby, but I don't know where she got the idea that I'd give her mine. She was such a terrible mother to me, and if I did go through a pregnancy, I'm keeping it. As much as I dislike kids, I'd rather raise mine as compared to let it go through what I did. Wow, she's really just trying to claim your baby, which you're not having, before it's even born. I mean, I seriously not too sure what she's talking about because clearly I don't feel like this should be too crazy, but I don't feel like a mother would be too chill with that. Like, oh, you want my kid? Here, take it. It's chill. You can have it. Seriously, no mother on earth has ever been like that. So just don't assume that. But yeah, let's get into the next one. Karen made her daughter scream till a manager helped her. I did not actually interact with this Karen much. I was merely in the mirror area and briefly spoke to her, but I stuck around to witness the rest. I'd have to say, though, that it is a situation where the employees were also partly to blame. I was in a Home Depot looking around at some replacement parts for my toilet cistern when a lady with a child approached me and asked if I knew where the pipes were. I apologized and said I don't, as I'm hardly ever there. I had to ask an employee just to find the toilet parts. She gave me a look that just said, well then, what good are you? And waddled off. I like to browse, so I just kept looking around the store. I also found the Karen in the pipe aisle talking to an employee. Said employee didn't know anything about pipes and said he'd get somewhere right away who did. Karen replied that she was in a hurry and not to keep her waiting. I figured whatever, not my problem, and kept walking over to the garden section. I came back a few minutes later because the Karen was still waiting in the pipe aisle with her daughter. It had been at least 10 minutes since I saw her last, and she was just tapping her foot and growling like the entitled soccer mom she was. I decided to hang out in the adjacent aisle so I could see everything going on in the pipe aisle. Another 5 minutes went by, and Karen lost her temper and shouted this was ridiculous. Then she stormed out of the aisle, found another employee, and dragged them back to the aisle with her. They were no help to her either, and they said they'd have to get the pipe guy to come to her. She yelled that she'd already been waiting for him for around 20 minutes. I spoke up and said that I'd walked by the aisle several times and nobody came to help the lady at all. And she had been indeed waiting that long. The Karen got really smug when I said that, and the employee apologized. He got on his walkie-talkie and tried to get the employee they needed over. The employee tried to leave, but the Karen refused to let him go until she actually got her help. But he kept trying to say he had things to do, and someone should actually be on their way at that point. The Karen then got fed up and whispered something to her daughter. The little girl smiled ear to ear and started running to each and every aisle and screaming out that no employee was helping her mom. That Karen then told the employee if he wants her daughter to stop, then he needs to go and get the employee who will actually help her now. The employee jogged off and a moment later came back with the manager, who at that point was happy to help the Karen to help her get what she needed. The manager looked angry but still smiled and apologized to the Karen for the inconvenience. I half expected the Karen to demand a discount or something for the wait, but no, she just got what she needed and went to the checkout. I heard the employee that Karen had made get the manager mumbling to himself about her being a jerk, and the manager told him just to calm down. I went to the checkout to see if the Karen was already leaving, but by the time I got to the register, I did find this whole mess amusing. But I can say I never want to be the target of a Karen's ire. Wow. I really don't know who to blame there because I mean I can't really blame the Karen entirely because she was just sitting there waiting for a while, so can't really fully blame her, but yeah, she's still in the wrong for just having her kid just run up and down the aisle screaming until they did what she wanted. But hey, props to her for not like asking for some like crazy 90% discount or anything stupid like that. But yeah, entitled dad makes a scene in a movie theater. I work at a movie theater, and the other day there was a father and his kid coming to see the new Jurassic World Dominion movie. That's a really good movie. I just got back from seeing that, actually. They were in line for concessions asking to purchase the limited edition popcorn bucket but we advertised for the movie. We only had a limited amount of them, and they were gone on opening night. We explained we aren't expecting to get any more of them, and then he got mad. The conversation went something like this. Me. Hello, is the two regular popcorns and two medium-sized drinks you're getting today? Entitled dad. Yeah, but I have one question. My son saw this popcorn bucket being advertised along the movie. Do you guys still have any? Unfortunately, we sold out on opening night, and we aren't expecting to get any more. I apologize for the inconvenience. What about the one behind you? Can we have that one instead? Me. No, sir, that's for display only and not for sale. That is stupid. I believe you still have some and are just refusing to check because you're lazy. Sir, we told every guest who wanted it coming in today that we are sold out, so please go to your auditorium and enjoy your movie. There is a line of people waiting to get in, and I don't want them to miss your movie because of you and your ridiculous attitude. His kid then started crying because of what I said after this, and he just wanted to get the popcorn bucket despite it being sold out. I would have happily given them the popcorn bucket if we weren't sold out. The entitled dad demanded me to get a manager and claimed that he was going to get me in trouble for ruining his vacation. I tell him to please wait over here so I can get these customers into their movies. Yes, there were other registers and people there, but he made everything slower for the other customers because he refused to move a few aisles away from the register. The manager then comes, and the conversation went like this. Hello, how can I help you today, sir? Entitled dad. Yes, this inconsiderate man refuses to give me the limited edition Jurassic World popcorn bucket. Manager. Well, sadly, we are sold out of the popcorn bucket at this moment, and we aren't anticipating any more. Is there anything else I can do for you? Entitled dad. I bet you aren't even the real manager here, and you're just backing him up. I demand you to sell me that one behind me, so my son can be happy. Manager. We can't sell that one to you, and we aren't getting any more. There's nothing I can do in that regard. Entitled dad. Let me speak to the one in charge of this place, then. We called a general manager who is higher than managers and have the most power there. She explained to him exactly what we've been telling him. The situation was going nowhere, and he decided to dump one of his popcorns he'd pay for all over me. I was covered in it, and he told me to apologize for my behavior when I was only doing my job. After this, he got kicked out of the building, and I didn't give him or his kid a refund for the way he acted. I got a free meal for the incident, and that was all. We just had a good laugh about it, and no one was severely hurt. The rest of the night just ran like normal. What is it with, like, opening nights and parents? Because I've seen an absolute ton of stories just all about this stuff. Like, I'm not going to lie, I might want to work in a movie theater just because of the sheer stories you can get off of it. Because just think of it. I mean, you could see so much messed up stuff and just hear some hilarious stuff. Not gonna lie, it is kind of enticing just because of how outlandish it would be just to hear all of those conversations. You can call me a bad person if you want, but hey, I just like watching people get mad. If that makes me a bad person, I'm a bad person, but yeah. So yeah, I do hope you guys liked this video. If you did, just please like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and yeah, have a good day, and this is Neon saying see ya, and bye.